Hi, I'm Chris, this is Miller Plays, and I have used AI in the FM26 to see who's going to win the season, who's going to get promoted, who's going to get relegated, who's going to win the cups. Let's see who does it. Okay, we'll start things off with the Champions League, and as you can see, after extra time, Real Madrid beat Barcelona. Yeah, I can see that as a potential. And then if we have a look at here we go, view stage. Let's go back to the league phase and see what actually happened there. So Arsenal qualified first, 7 wins, 1 loss. They lost to, is it going to show? It's not going to show us. That's a bit disappointing. Now, is that a bug? A feature? So we can see games won, but it doesn't actually show who they're against or anything else. Okay, so that's not as good as it was. So Arsenal, Liverpool, Real Madrid, Bayern, Borussia Dortmund, Inter Milan, Newcastle, and Man City were the 8 to qualify. The ones to miss out were Bodo Glimt, Savannah Zvezda, Galatasaray, Frankfurt, Lech, Sporting, maybe, yeah, who knows. Monaco, I find that a bit hard to believe. Celtic didn't even qualify in the real world, but there we go. Dynamo Kiev, Olympiacos, Union, and Slavia Prague. So anything else that jumps out us? So Spurs and Chelsea are both in there, along with Newcastle. Newcastle didn't do too badly, like 17 points. Oh no, they qualified. Spurs, there we go. Spurs were Spursy. So in the knockout round then, what do we see here? PSG knocked out by Atletico Madrid. Barcelona went through. So Barcelona had to go through the knockout playoff rounds to get to the final. Chelsea went through against Villarreal. Spurs went through against Bayern. So in the round of 16, Spurs have gone through against Dortmund. A very poor Ajax side, who I don't see them getting anywhere near this, were beaten by Newcastle. Barca beat Bayern. Liverpool beat Atletico. Chelsea were knocked out by Man City. Real Madrid dispatched Napoli, and Arsenal saw off Juventus. In the quarter-final, Newcastle beat Spurs on penalties. Barca beat Inter. Liverpool knocked out Man City, and Arsenal were knocked out on penalties by Real Madrid. Semi-final, Barca easily beat Newcastle, and yeah, it wasn't even it was just a walkover between Real Madrid and Liverpool. So that was the Champions League. Right, how about the Conference League? UEFA Conference League. Can we get this there? And we can see that Maccabi Haifa beat Slavia Prague. Interesting. So we'll drop down to the league phase. Crystal Palace finished 3rd there. Aberdeen finished 29th. In the knockout round, Dundee United, apologies. Dundee United beat Kwarat of Kazakhstan 3-2 on aggregate to go through. In the round of 16 then, Dundee United lost to Mainz. Maccabi Haifa beat Crystal Palace. So it was a very unusual looking quarter-final there. Banaka Strava Sparta Prague, Maccabi Haifa, Maccabi, and Austria Vienna into the semi-final. Right, Europa League, that must have had something a bit better than that, surely. And we can see that Roma beat Freiburg in the final. And if we go to the stages then, into the league phase, we see that that's Betis, I believe. Lyon, Roma, Porto, final, Vigo, Forest were right up there, Nice and Bologna. I think that was the only English. Oh, look at that, Rangers. So Rangers got through as well. So there was an English and Scottish representation. Oh, sorry, there's Villa there as well. I missed them. That's more like it. And in the playoff rounds then, we can see that Villa beat Copenhagen and Rangers were bested by Bologna. So in the round of 16 then, Forest went through against Club Brugge. And Villa beat Porto. Good result for Villa there. Forest then knocked out Villa. Disappointing for the English there. And Forest were beaten by Freiburg. And Roma were bested Bologna. Right, okay, so if we go to National League South, Enterprise National League North-South. Should we just go south? That's fixtures. We want to see, well, Chelmsford beat Torquay in the playoff final. Let's go league stage, please. So Dagenham and Redbridge were promoted from the south. Torquay, Maidstone, Chelmsford, Farnborough, Maidenhead and Dorking were all in the playoffs. And then we see the teams to get relegated for Hemel Hempstead, Hampton, Enfield Town and Slough. Weston-super-Mare, the current leaders, finished 19th here. Hornchurch, who are unbeaten, in 13th. Can we get to Europe? Men's. No, we don't want any of that. Right, okay, so it's not going to be particularly intuitive or anything like that. There's a shock. Let's click on North-South and see what we get here. North. Stages. Oh, we did actually click on stages, I believe. There we go. So we can see that Buxton beat South Shields in the final. South Shields is one of the other unbeaten teams currently at time of recording. And Spennymoor won the league. The FA Trophy, defeated FA Trophy finalists last year. They are a pretty decent side at the moment, so we'll see what happens there. But Telford, who I have history with, right up there. Let's see who got relegated then. So it's suggesting Bedford's going down with Alfreton, Southport and Merthyr. So yeah, Merthyr hasn't started the season very well. Southport I'm not too sure on. But I know Peterborough Sports have been right down there. We can see Darlington. Struggling there. Radcliffe, I think one of the better teams at the moment, certainly on form. And so Kidderminster will be unhappy. They sacked Phil Brown. And yeah, didn't do too well in this one. Can we... League 2. It's not going to be like that, is it? Sky Bet. EFL. What is it called? How about the championship? Right. We click on Norwich. Surely we'll be able to get somewhere. Sky Bet Championship. Right. Stages. We can see that Sheffield United beat Ipswich on penalties to get promoted. Interesting. And the league stage, we're saying Coventry. That's quite possible. And yeah, Coventry and Sheffield United both got promoted, along with some other club. And then down at the bottom, Sheffield Wednesday, Preston, and Millwall. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. How dramatically wrong that is. Interestingly, you're not seeing wins other than a few of them. Wonder why that is. Interesting. I don't know. England, men's. There we go. Right, let's have a look at Sky Bet League 2 then. So Salford won the league. Cambridge and MK Dons were also promoted, and Crawley went up through the playoffs. Tranmere and Harrogate dropped out of the league. Oh, we didn't do the National League, did we? So Europe, England, men's, National League. Forest Green win it. So Robbie Savish with his 29 wins, and we don't know how many wins these other teams got unless we were to use our fingers. So that's 28, I'm guessing. Tamworth right up there. Look at that. And who gets relegated? Scunthorpe, Wildston, Truro and Brackley. So interesting that Truro and Brackley both won the league and got promoted. Come straight back down. Scunthorpe went up in the playoffs and come back down. Wildston were right near the relegation end last season, but managed to survive, but didn't this year. And I think Boreham Wood came up, so they survived. I would like a nice little up and down arrow just to flick through. That would be very FM24-esque. But we don't get everything we want, do we? So Cardiff win the league. Luton are promoted, finishing runners-up. And Barnsley go up through the playoffs. Exeter, Doncaster, Northampton, AFC Wimbledon all get relegated. And we know that Wimbledon only won 4 games. So there is a bit of work to do, I feel, before the full game comes out, that we're missing all these win-losses. Right, on to the next one. Europe, England, men's. That was 2. Sky Bet League 1. Dear, oh, this is Sky Bet League 1. That'll be why. The championship we've seen, he says confidently. England, men's, Cardiff, Luton. Yeah, okay. Oh, dear, oh, dear. One little click in the wrong place, you're done for. Europe, England, men's. Did we do League 2? Yes, we did. Okay. Right. Before we do the big one, let's have a look to see Europe, England, men's. Carabao Cup. Who won the Carabao Cup then? We don't want the preliminary round. We'll go for the final and work back. Arsenal beat Chelsea in the final. Thank you very much. Semi-final. Arsenal beat Man City. Chelsea beat Newcastle. That's all very plausible. In the quarterfinal, Man City beat Palace. Arsenal beat West Brom. They had a good run then. Chelsea beat Everton. And Newcastle beat Aston Villa. Right, FA Cup. Oh, England. Men's. English FA Cup. the final, it was won by Man City against Liverpool. Plausible. Liverpool beating Aston Villa and Man City beating West Ham. That's very, very unlikely, I'd suggest. Certainly as it stands at the moment. Aston Villa beat Ipswich, possible. Liverpool beat Arsenal. Man City beat Luton. That's a hell of a run from Luton, isn't it? And Spurs were bested by West Ham. Oh dear. Right, that's enough of the... Again, why have you done that? Competitions, Europe, England, men's, Premier League. Here we go then. And the winners are Arsenal, which, interestingly, you can see all the wins on the Premier League. Does it actually show who they lost to? Who they drew to? Yeah, like I say, there's still a bit of work to be done there. Liverpool finishing runners-up, having lost 2 games where they've lost 4 on the trot. Man City third. Spurs, not going to happen, 4th. Newcastle, Man United in 6th. Brighton are rubbish, up in 7th. And then down at the bottom, Wolves, Burnley and Crystal Palace. So that's an interesting one, Crystal Palace. Wolves I can see. Bournemouth right down there and West Ham surviving. What is going on here? Right, let's have a look at West Ham. Nuno is the manager. Why is it taking me back to the FA Cup? Premier League. Crystal Palace. What's happened here then? No manager. Can we see history? So we click on squad, we get that. Right, at the moment, I'm not seeing where you see manager history. So we can't click up there. There's no team report, loans and stuff. You would have thought we'd get something there. So we can obviously apply for it. Or we can cycle through. Is that... it must be Premier League in alphabetical order. Certainly looks that way. But it doesn't help us that... I want to see the history. How can I see who's been sacked other than I know Gareth Southgate has been sacked by them? But what's happened to Glasner? Do we have to have a look at Glasner? So we can see he was Crystal Palace manager. Career. He was sacked as due to the club's poor league position. So he was actually sacked, and I've seen Southgate get sacked as well. Sacked as manager of Crystal Palace. Relegation from Premier League. Ha ha ha. Right. There we go. It doesn't help us because the bit I wanted was some information actually in here to say that's the club site, but you've just got no ability to see what's happened. We can see their fixture schedule, I guess, but that's about it. Even then, that doesn't come up. Oh, I don't like that. Right. Can I get back to competition somehow? Oh, it was there. Oh, right. Competitions. Let's go into Europe now. Men's. No. Have I put Belgium in there? That was silly of me. Right. France. The McDonald's Ligue 1 was won by PSG. Monaco came a distant second with Lille and Marseille. So nothing exciting there. Lorient and Toulouse both get relegated. It would just be nice to be able to click down. But no, you can't do anything exciting like that. Ligue 2, Reims and Saint Etienne get promoted, and we see Pau and Le Mans get relegated. So it's still BKT. That's not changed in sponsorship. French national then. Caen and Sochaux get promoted, and Le Puy Foot, Quivin, yeah, okay. All good fun stuff like that. Europe. Let's have a look at Germany then. Bayern to win the Bundesliga. Oh, look, they did. 10 points clear of Borussia Dortmund. Mainz, Freiburg, who won the Europa Cup, and Hamburg all get relegated. So Freiburg might be an interesting one to take over. Right, competitions. Europe, Germany, Men's League, Bundesliga 2. We see Hertha Berlin, Bochum, and Darmstadt, who probably all got relegated quite recently, all get promoted again. Right, next on to Spain. Was it Barca? Barca would be my guess, although it does like Real Madrid. It was Real by a long, long way. There we have it. Vigo, Levante, and Oviedo all get relegated. Oh, yes, it does. Somehow I've clicked in here and now you can drop down the divisions. Doesn't help that that's in some... Oh, that hasn't finished. That's why. The season hasn't finished in Spain. Right. Or the lower leagues anyway. But from here, I can't really do much. That's disappointing. Right, competitions. That's just awards, okay. Yeah, that's not helping much. Right. But that's basically it. We've seen that Arsenal have won the league. We've seen Real Madrid do a double. We've seen Bayern conquer Germany. We've seen Freiburg, who were Europa League. I'm just going to confirm that. It was Freiburg, wasn't it? Sporting Club Freiburg. Were Germany. Can we see Bundesliga? Oh, it's just not that easy to navigate all the way through this, is it? Freiburg. It is the same club. Freiburg win the Europa League, but get relegated. That's an interesting one. Right. For my next save, we'll be seeing Freiburg and see if I can rebuild them. Now they're in the Champions League in Bundesliga 2, whatever it might be. Right. There we go. That's what AI thinks is going to happen this season. We clearly know it's a load of old tosh and not going to be anywhere near that. But yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon for a Freiburg save. Meanwhile, I'll keep doing the Liverpool save until we get out of beta, and hopefully some of these little issues will be fixed. Until then, ta-da!